Jai Sri Radhe. This is the Kartik class, Krishna KARNAMRITA, Mahanidhi, verse 26. And this verse is about Krishna's glances and his flute song. There's many verses about Krishna's glances and his flute song. As apparently the author Leela Shukas many times getting glances from Krishna's eyes while he's meditating on Krishna, and oftentimes he's hearing Krishna's flute. So this is the kind of reciprocation that advanced devotees experience directly with Krishna. So Krishna is eternally living in Vrindavan, eternally living in Brajmandal. And all the Shastras from Gopal, Upanishad, and Bhagavatam, and other books, when they describe Krishna in Vrindavan or Mathura or Dwarka, they always use present tense verbs. They say he is living. They don't say he was living. But we say, when they describe Ram Lila, they say Ram was living in Ayodhya. Ram lived in Chitrakoot. Ram lived in Panchavati, in South India, and he lived here and lived there. He wandered around parts of India. But when they describe Krishna Lila in Vrindavan, they always say he's living here. So that's an important point. So sadhus and saintly people, even from different sampradayas, the worshippers of Lakshminarayan, worshippers of Sitaram, have often come to Vrindavan to do their bhajan because of the fact that Krishna is eternally in Vrindavan. And Krishna is the Sarva Avatari. He's the Swayam Bhagavan Sri Krishna. All the avatars are within Krishna. So that's why you might be surprised to note that in Brajmandal, which is dedicated to Krishna and Krishna's Leelas, Janam Leela and his youthful Leelas with the gopis, there are so many mandirs and temples of Ramachandra and Hanuman and Sita and Lakshminarayan, Rangaji, etc. Sure, we have an inverter. Check the inverter, maybe it got pretty bumped off. So, all these worshippers of different forms of Bhagavan are taking shelter of Brajmandal, and they didn't come here to worship Krishna. They came here to get the special mercy and special facility of darshan of their particular individual Istadevata. Because if Krishna is eternally living here and can eternally be seen here, any other form of Vishnu can also be seen here or have darshan. So that's why worshippers of Hanuman and Vishnu and Lakshmi and Sitaram also have temples here. Like that switch on the inverter, turn the switch on and off on the board for this plug. On and off, yes. Right.
Maybe this extension.
Is the red light on?
No.
The extension works. It was working before, so.
Because you have light everywhere. You have light everywhere.
The inverter is running the fans, but. Red light? Oh yeah, thank you. What do you do? Some magic? German technology. They're good at all that stuff. So Bilamanga Thakur is having a fortune of having regular darshans of Krishna and regularly hearing Krishna's flute. So that's why he keeps writing about it. We've heard so many verses. We covered 25 verses, and so many verses have been about Krishna's face, Krishna's hair, Krishna's smile, Krishna's flute song. So you might ask, why again another verse about Krishna's smile and his flute song? Because these are diary entries. These are entries from his personal experiences that this sadhaka is having. So it's great encouragement for anyone who listens to Rajmando that look at Leela Shuk, he had so many darshans of Krishna and heard the flute so many times. Maybe I'll have at least one darshan or hear the flute one time before I die. Because how many years did he do bhajan in Vrindavan?
25.
They say he did bhajan for 700 years. He lived to be 700 years old. That's what they say in biographies. That's a long life. Vaitacharya was on this planet for 125 years. Lord Chaitanya was on for 48 years. And Lord Krishna was on this planet for 125 years also. There was a Rishi sage that lived in Vrindavan on the other side of the Yamuna from Keshigat, Devara Baba. He lived to be 300 years old. He was about 300 years old. He met many prime ministers of India. And many devotees from ISKCON had his darshan and got blessings from him. He was a great saintly person. He was a Ram Bhakta. Yogi, but Bhakta yogi, you should say. He had mystic power. He would go to Kumbh Mela in Allahabad by Yamuna. He would dive in the Yamuna and come out in the Allahabad. That's submarine travel. Because he would tell us devotees, you guys go to Allahabad for Kumbh Mela by train. I'll meet you there on Wednesday. So they would go by train on Monday and get there by Wednesday, whatever. And then Wednesday morning he would take a dip in Yamuna and come out of the Yamuna in Allahabad with wet hair. And wet gumsha or whatever, lungi or whatever. I don't actually didn't wear anything. He was naked, so I guess he came out of Ganga and somebody was waiting for him to give a gumsha or something. But he didn't wear any clothes. So it's possible to live a long time. So let's hear this new verse 26, which is again about sidelong glance of Krishna, Kataksha, and again about the flute. But here we have in this verse, Lord Shiva appears, and the Ardha Chandra, the moon, appears. And he has two prayers here in this verse, prayers of Utkantita, hankering and yearning for some city, lalasa, some desiring some perfection in the future. So that's it from one perspective as a sadhaka. The sadhaka, even if a sadhaka has darshan of Krishna, or even if a sadhaka hears Krishna's flute, that sadhaka will always be praying, when will I have darshan? When will I hear the flute? Because the example is right here with Leela Shuk. He's getting regular darshans of Krishna, a regular hearing Krishna's flute, because he's a prema bhakta, fixed in his stairati, madhurati, Seki Bhav. And even he is showing the example of praying when, kada, kada, kabe, kabe, when. So this is verse 26. Kadava kalindi kualaya dala shama taralama kataksha lakshante kimapi karuna vishinishita kadava kadarpa pratibhata jata chandra shira. Oh, yes, you got to turn it on. Thank you. This is verse 26. Missed a little bit there. Anyway. Kadava Kadarpa Pratibhata Jata Chandra Shira Kamapya Tanstosham Tadati Murali Kili Ninada. Ninada. Translation. Well, Krishna, look at me with sidelong glances, which are like dark petals of a dark blue lotus petals growing in the Yamuna. And that glance, those glances of Krishna will be full of waves of mercy. And when will my heart find inestimable joy and happiness by hearing the playful notes of Krishna's flute, Murali, to be exact, Murali Kali Ninad, which are more cooling than the moon on the head of Shiva, the enemy of Cupid. So he's referring to Yamuna as Kalindi, because Kalindi means Sedora, Kalinda mountains, and Kuvali are blue lotuses, which are no longer visible in the Yamuna, but they're visible in Manas Sarovara. If you want to go to Tibet, you can go to Tibet. Have darshan blue Kuvali lotus, blue lotus. And then he says, Tarala means like we say in Madhurya Goswami, they say, what do they say, Tarala?
Tarangini.
Tarangarangini, Ganatarala. Ganatarala.
What's the whole term as a concept?
One is Ganatarala, another is Tarangarangini.
Yeah, Trangarangani. Tranga means waves. Waves are moving, rolling. That's so Tarala and Tarangani, they mean the same thing. Moving, rolling. This restless, moving, sidelong glances. In terms of bhakti, it means riding the waves. Tarangarangani. Rangani means enjoying the waves. Because when you do bhakti, you get some Vid Shakti and some Ladni Shakti. You become blissful and you get some wisdom. And people are attracted to these are opulences. Krishna is unlimitedly beautiful, unlimitedly knowledgeable, omniscient, and all attractive Krishna. So as one advances in bhakti, he gets some of the opulences of Bhagavan, becomes attractive and becomes wise. So people gather around and start throwing money. He gets followers, gets a big ashram, gets a big Goshala, gets a big car, Gulfstream Airjet, starts flying around the world. Maybe he starts enjoying all that facility, and then that's not so good idea. So Vishnu warns us against that. And Rupa Goswami also warns us against that in Upadesh Amrita. Live simply, think highly, and don't give everything to Krishna and take nothing for yourself. So this is a nice verse. There's a beautiful commentary by Ananta. We'll discuss. Kandarpa, it says, Kandarpa Pratibha means the enemy of Kandarpa. Why is Shiva called the enemy of Kandarpa?
Because Shiva, he made...
Burned them to ashes. Fried, he got fried. So Shiva went to his temple commander. Who's his temple commander? Durga. And she said, Shiva fried me out. He said, okay, don't worry about it. No, I mean the other way around. I got the sequence wrong. Kandarva went to his wife Rati. And Kandarva went to his wife's name is Rati. What does Rati mean? It's attachment. Like a Sakti, it's not a name for a Sakti, Rati. Lust and attachment, they go together. Like peanut butter and jelly. So you're lusty, you get attached. So Gandharva went to Rati and said, I got fried. I'm fried out with Shiva. She said, don't worry, I'll do austerity. You'll get another body. So she did, and he got another body. But while he was waiting for another body, he was still active. That's why he got the name. Ananga. One who acts without a body. You don't see him, but you feel him. That's for sure. No one escapes that feeling of Gandharva. So that word is there, Gandharva Pratibhata. So if you're having trouble with Gandharva, then go to your local Shiva temple. Oh no, Shivaya, oh no, Shivaya, oh no, Shivaya. Because why do you feel Gandharva? Effect of lust.
False ego.
There you go. Because the effect of false ego, identifying with the body and the impulses and passion and vegams of the body. Vacho vegam, manasakroto vegam, jiva vegam, rapasa vegam. So, this is described in KARNAMRITA. The pushings of the mind, the pushings of lust, they cause us to identify with the body. It's all due to false identification, wrongly placed identity, false identity. So Shiva destroys false identity, destroys false ego. So we worship Shiva, gets free from false ego, and when you get free from false ego, what goes with it?
Free from
Lust.
Somebody's got a logical brain here. You're not seeking a logical way, you're not hearing a logical way. 1 + 1 is 2. So he knows how to add. So, what's the answer? The answer was 1 minute ago. The speaker should speak in a logical way if he's not drunk or something. So that's why Gandharva Pratibha, Jata Chandra. Who is the guy? What's Jata mean? Jata.
Matted hair.
Matted locks. It means that guy's hair and shampoo have never met.
Oil also.
That guy's hair and shampoo have never met. But the secret air conditioner. Protein enriched. Avocado oil.
Never.
Shikati, shikaki.
Shikakai.
Shikakai.
Shikakai, alma. Multani miti. If you're poor. Okay. So who's that? Who's the guy that has Jata and Chandra?
Shiva.
That's a really cool way to describe Shiva. Doesn't say Shiva anywhere in the verse. The guy has a moon on his head. A lot of guys have Jata. But even in ISKCON, the guys have matted locks. But I've never seen anybody in ISKCON with a moon on his head. Maybe he looks like he got to the moon. Looks a little moon. I'm thinking of anything. I can't say it. Okay. So, and it's very cooling, because the moon is very cooling. So Shishira is there. So he says, Tershanda Dati Murali Ninada. If I hear the sound of Krishna's flute, his Murali, I'll feel very touched and I'll feel very satisfied. That's what the verse is praying. He's praying to find satisfaction in music, the music of Krishna's flute. And he's praying that the sidelong Is it my family or is it way to Parva?
I don't know.
What is it?
Advait Parivar.
Family member. So there's another translation from Ananta Babaji's book we can read. Oh, when, Kada, will I see the merciful glances of Krishna, who is playful and blue as blue lotuses waving in the Kalindi, Yamuna. When will the loving resonance, translating Kali, Kali means pastimes, but usually Krishna's pastimes are all full of love, and the specific form of pastimes that are full of love are called what? Rati Kali means amorous union. So the flute, and it's interesting, it was Murali Kali Ninada. Ninad. Translation, well, the loving resonance of his flute. Because why, this is a quiz question. This Murali Kali, Nad. Nad means sound of the flute. How does the translator get the idea of amorous or loving, intimate pastime from this phrase, Murali Kali Ninad?
Maybe he's playing the flute.
He's playing the flute, that's true, but yeah, that's not the answer. What's the question?
How does the translator get the idea that this is amorous pastimes? Murali Kali Ninad.
This is Madhurya Ras, Shingarati.
Ninad. Special tune.
The phrase is Murali Kali Ninad, the playful sound of Krishna's flute. That's one way to translate it. But he said the loving song from Krishna's flute, the love song.
Maybe from Kali.
Kali means pastime.
Because when Krishna plays the flute, he calls the devotees here.
That's close. Because if you're going to have love, you have to have gopis if you're Krishna in Vrindavan. Krishna has 3 flutes. Venu, Murali, Vamshi, Venu, and Murali. Which flute does he use to call the gopis for amorous pastime? Murali. So I ask the question, why is the translator translate Murali Kali Ninad meaning the sound of love song?
Because it's
Nobody had the answer.
Because the Murali.
Well, I gave the answer already,
yes.
but nobody had the answer. Everyone, so it's a very intelligent translation, very Rasic translation, which was missing from the other book. Because that translation is through the commentary by Ananta, which we're going to hear. But I just want to see how Rasic all of you are not. That's a Rasic exam. You failed. It's wholesale failure. Really, very clever, very interesting translation. It's like when you read a translation and word for word meaning, you can also ask those 6 questions. What are the 6 questions?
Why?
Who, get it straight, Jack. Who, what, when, where, why, how. Why this word? How this word? You can spend, just these 6 questions, you can spend 3 days just with the Sanskrit before you even get to translate it. It's a very fun method of analysis. 6 questions. It's on our study guide to Bhagavatam, the initial sheet I've had, so remember? way back when. I passed out a sheet.
Yes.
Okay. So, this is cooling as the moon when it comes in contact with the Ganga that sits in the matted locks of enemy of Kandharva, means of course Shiva. May that flute song fill my heart with unlimited pleasure. Now the pastime, the Leela behind the verse, is revealed to us by Krishna's Kaviraj. This is the inner meaning of the verse. What does the inner meaning mean?
Just not directly.
No, what's the viewpoint of the inner meaning? What's the angle of vision? Dristi Kon, to be exact. Kon means corner and Dristi means seeing. Angle of vision, Dristi Kon.
Below Mangal Thakur in his Sakhi Swarup.
Yeah, the inner meaning is the viewpoint of how the author, Bilawangal Thakur Leela Shuk, came to write this verse. What experience did he have in his siddha as a Sakhi? How did he see Krishna? How did he see Radharani? How did he feel? What happened between them? And how he experienced it. That's called the inner meaning. What's the outer meaning?
Sadhaka viewpoints.
What?
The viewpoint of the sadhaka.
The viewpoint of one who hasn't seen Radha and Krishna, and hasn't heard the flute, from the sadhaka. So, Krishna's Kaviraj gives a comment on this verse from the internal viewpoint of Kasturi Manjari. Because Krishna's Kaviraj is Kasturi Manjari in Krishna Leela, so she can easily see Krishna's sidelong glances and hear his Murali Kali Ninad. So she's commenting like what's going on. So what's really behind this, the actual Leela building up to and including this verse is revealed by a Manjari eyewitness account who in Gaur Leela appeared as Krishna's Kaviraj. So this is what he said, or she said. Radharani has fainted in Krishna's separation. Her Sakhis are trying to bring Radharani back to consciousness. And they say, "Dear Radharani, do not grieve. Just now Krishna will come, playing the flute, and look at us sweetly. O Radharani, Krishna will satisfy you in all respects." After hearing these consoling words from the Sakhis, Radharani eagerly asked the Sakhis the following questions, which are depicted in this verse by Leela Shuk. Now it basically rephrases verse 26. So this verse 26 is spoken by who?
Radharani.
Common sense number 2. There was like, I'm asking questions to see if you're using your brain, you know, half asleep or what. Everything like, what is it Shiva? Is it Krishna? Is it Mukara? Is it Lita Vishaka? And the guy he said, what are so many questions? Is Krishna? Is Radharani, you know? I'm trying to turn on your attention span, you know, tune up your attention span. It's called absorption. Bhav Taratmya, be absorbed in the bhav of the verse. You have to hear with rapt attention and rapt absorption. You should hear like your life depends on it. If I don't get this question right, I'm going to die. Of all ears. I'll sing straight. I'll zap boom. I'll zap you. I'll dematerialize you with my zapper. Kryptonite zapper. That's two sides. Materialize and dematerialize. So if you're good, I'll bring it back. You're good at that, right? I use it a lot. Okay, so what's going on here? So Radharani said, "Oh Saki, when will I get to see the alluring glances from that dark and beautiful one?" Radharani is saying anxiously, "Will I ever see those sweet glances again?" "Oh Saki, if Kamadev simply steps upon a lotus bud like an elephant, even though it's his lover, the sun god, rises in a few moments, what good will it do?" This is an analogy, right? Metaphor, right? In other words, if an elephant steps on a lotus, it's not going to bloom again. So the elephant in this metaphor is separation. So Radharani is feeling crushed in separation. So even as the sun is the husband of the lotus. Another name for the sun is Padma Bandhu. Padma Bandhu is named for the sun planet, which means friend of the lotus. It's also lover of the lotus also. So the sun is the husband of the lotus. So the sun is Krishna, and so separation is being like an elephant which has crushed the lotus. So the lotus is stepped on by an elephant, even if the husband appears or the sun rises, it's not going to bloom. So Radharani, gopis are saying, Radharani, Krishna about to come play his flute. Radharani is saying, it's too late. I'm already devastated. I'm already crushed in separation. You got the idea? What's going on here? So she said, now I'll lose my life in separation. Tell me, how will it be possible to see Krishna's sidelong glances again? Aha, I'm ready to die for Krishna's beauty and sweetness. Shyam Sundar's beauty is abounding with joyous, brilliant blue, which puts to shame the blue lotus in the Yamuna. When will I see Krishna again? The glances of Krishna are so hypnotic. Whoever sees Krishna once becomes completely attracted to Shyam Sundar. I can understand why Krishna's glances are full of infinite ways of mercy. As soon as I see Krishna, I feel he's so loving, so full of ras, and so merciful. And he is distributing such nectar-filled, merciful glances to attract a wretched person like myself to his feet and make me his maidservant. Alas, well, I get to see Shyam's glances again. If I am not so fortunate, if I'm not qualified to get near Krishna again, then I have another prayer at Krishna's lotus feet. In other words, this is Krishna's Kaviraj's understanding of this verse. He's saying Radharani's in separation. This verse about Radharani's separation, she's begging for two things. If I'm in separation, if I can get to see Krishna, that'll be great. That means I'll meet him, I'll come close to me. But if I don't get the opportunity to see him, at least I get the opportunity to hear his flute. Of course, seeing is much better, but you might hear the flute, I'll get some solace, I'll get some mercy, I'll get some relief from the burning fire of separation. So I'm not fortunate enough to see Krishna. Well, I hope I'm qualified enough to hear a sweet melody of his flute. Muralidhar. O Shyam Sundar, even from afar, when will I get to hear your sweet flute again? The magic of your flute makes a dead tree blossom with leaves and flowers. Fountains will appear in a desert. Hard rocks will melt into liquid. Meditating sages absorbed in samadhi will wake up. Maybe some of you will wake up also. I feel meditating sages in front of me. I mean, I should have a flute here, play the flute. Wake up a little bit. It's time because you eat lunch at 2 o'clock. So 3 o'clock is a good time to sleep. Sleepy time. The only reason I'm awake is I'm speaking. I ate 2:30. 2:30. I'm more tired than you are. I just stay awake by the power of the microphone. I hear my wife. Wake up. So, then what else? Meditative stages wake up. It attracts Lakshmi Devi, who is the embodiment of chastity and the queen of Vaikuntha. Now, that's Radharani speaking according to Krishna's Kaviraj. Now, Ananta quotes more of this line of thought about the effect of the flute. So now he quotes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, who is in Mahabhava Radharani. And Chaitanya Charitamrita Rupa Shiksha, chapter 21, Lord Chaitanya, in the mode of Radharani, also glorifies the flute. It says, the song of Krishna's Murali pervades rapidly all directions. It pierces the covering of the universe and reaches Vaikuntha. It forces its way into everyone's ears. It intoxicates everyone. It forcibly catches one and brings one near by Krishna, especially the young gopis of Braj. That flute is very naughty. It breaks the vow of chaste women and drags them from the laps of their husband. That would be amazing to see in a movie, you know. Some gopi sitting on her husband's lap, and the flute goes in the window, and she just flies off his lap like some AI created movie or something. You know. He just flies on the waves of the flute, fly out the window. The husband. He's like his wife's flying away on the waves of the flute. Hey, come back. It's like in the ocean, the tide comes up and catches a plastic ball and takes it back out to the water. So, you know, the sound comes in the window and takes the goby off the lap. Takes her forcibly, takes her off the lap. That's what the language says. You try to visualize it, it's pretty wild, you know. Now you see her, now you don't. You know, like, bye. She's flying away by. This is amazing. If the words had pictures, they'd be amazing. They say pictures were 1,000 words, you know. So the flute is especially effective. So it attracts Lakshmi from Vaikuntha, what to speak of the gopis. The flute is shameless. Now imagine, this is Lord Chaitanya speaking. He's a pocket sannyasi. He's a renunciate. And his female followers will offer obeisance 5,000 meters away. Very far away. He's very strict about all that idea. And he's talking like this, but he's talking in the mode of Radharani. He said, Krishna's flute is so shameless that it unties the skirt strings of women in front of their husbands. Husbands are misconceived because, you know, the tendency for what's the word? Misperception. I can't, the word slips my mind. Tendency for not understanding the situation, what's the word?
Misunderstanding.
What do you say?
Misunderstanding.
No, yeah, but no, there's a word for it. Anyway, in other words, the gopis are in front of their so-called husbands, and they hear Krishna's flute, and there's a rope around their dress, or their gopi dress, whatever they're wearing, and it becomes loose and starts to fall off in front of their husband. So husbands are getting excited. They think this is good news, but then the next second, they think they have one idea what's going to happen next. But then they're going to be rushed out the door. Hey, wait a minute. Where are you running with your skirt's falling off and you're running out the door? That's not good. Your skirt can fall off, it's okay, but you should stay here with me. Not run out the door. So, Lord Chaitanya saved it. Through Goswami. Chaitanya Chaitanya. That's pretty wild. And these books are recommended to be read in ISKCON. You read it, it's published, BBC, you should read it every day. Because of Chaitanya Chaitanya, what is it? What is it actually? What is the book?
Essence of all scriptures.
That's true, it's the essence of all Shastra, more specifically.
Of all the Goswami's literature.
This is the point. It's a summary of all the teaching of the six Goswamis. All the books of Stavamala, all the books of Savavali, all the books of Rupa, all the six Goswamis, our philosophy, Lila, Tava, Ras, and Bob are all contained in Chaitanya Chaitanya. There's a famous story in ISKCON. He used to carry the book wherever he went around the world. His name was Kadamba Swami. And he lived 17 years in Mayapur and did a lot of preaching there in Bengali and did a lot of seva there for Prabhupada's Samadhi and temple construction because he's a very brilliant person and good manager. So he was there for 18 years in Mayapur. He learned fluent Bengali. So he used to read the book in Bengali, also in English VVT. He carried it with him all around the world. I remember once I was walking by the Prasadam Hall, I don't even know if it's there anymore, the Krishna Balaram Temple, and he had a shoulder bag on his shoulder. He wasn't a sannyasi at this time. And I said, what's in your bag? And he pulled out 1,000 page markers sticking out of the side, blue, red, green, little piece of colored paper. Stuck, tabs, they call them tabs, or page markers. And he said, it's my Bible. He pulled it up, and I said, it looks like one volume of Chaitanya Chaitanya. He said, yeah, I take it all around the world wherever I go. It's my Bible. They well, all those marks, these are my favorite verses. It's like 5,000 favorite verses. There's millions of pieces of colored paper. I said, wow, Balo, good Balo. Very good. So you may be inspired by that anecdote. So this is Chaitanya Chaitanya, the summary of all the Goswami teachings. And very simply presented also. So it's a great book to read and study. My students have a lot of books to read. That's good, you have a long life, so I have a lot to read. I read all these books, so I've been reading for 50 years, so now you're going to read for 50 years. I read for 50 years, read all these books. You're saying, why I read all these books? Well, you're going to read for 50 years also. I read all these, Chaitanya Bhagavat, Chaitanya Mangal, Chaitanya Chaitanya, Chaitanya Mahakavya. What other ones are there?
Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natka.
Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natka, Chaitanya Chandamrita. You read all these. Jagannath Baba Nataka. So many books you're going to read. That's what are you going to do all life? You're going to hear, chant, remember. That's all you do. So let's go on here. So what happened? Where do we leave off?
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talking about flute.
Yeah.
Rupa Goswami.
Rupa Goswami, yeah. Okay. When one hears the flute, one forgets all about rules of social decency and chastity and fear. It makes all women dance to its tune. There's a verse in Bengali, Chaitanya Chaitanya. So all women dance to the tune. So it lodges itself, the flute sound of Krishna buries inside a person's ears and stays there. The keys are ringing non-stop. So that must be what happened to our Dasi here. Krishna's flute is lodged deep in her ears, so she keeps dancing. The energy, it keeps on ringing non-stop, so she keeps on dancing. It doesn't allow any other sound to enter. The ears refuse to hear anything else. You want to say one thing, but you end up saying something else, such as Krishna's flute. So now, Ananta Babaji describes what Leela Shuka is saying. He's saying in this verse 26, Leela Shuka is quoting Radharani. Radharani said, if you don't give darshan sham, at least let me hear your sweet flute. Remember, these are repeated points. I will hear your mesmerizing flute from a distance and consider myself fortunate. O Prabhu, when will your charming flute's pleasant notes satisfy the strong desire of my innermost being? O delight of my eyes, my body, mind, and soul are all burning in separation from you. When will you pacify them? The sweet notes of your flute are more cooling than the moon. When will they extinguish the fire of passion arising of your separation? A fire always requires cooling. Here Radharani is seeking to take shelter of the peaceful waters of the Ganga and the cooling melody of the flute to extinguish the fire of passion arising from separation from Krishna. Ananta Babaji says there are 2 points being mentioned here. The poet is praying to extinguish the fire of passion. So in this prayer, in this verse 26, he mentions Shiva, basically Kandharva Pratibhata. Kandharva Pratibhata means he finished off Kandharva, Kamdev. Shiva means Shiva. And so he said he turned the god of passion, Kamdev, into ashes. And some cooling effect is required to extinguish the fire of separation. So the moon is very cooling, and so it's very helpful to extinguish the fire. This is an excellent example of literary ras. There's all kinds of indirect speech and poetic comparison. Like, for example, you can say, Radharani had sandalwood paste, had chandan paste on her forehead. Or you can say she had Malaya gel Abhyanga. So Malaya, what does that mean? Malaya means born from the Malayan mountains. There's mountains called Malayan Mountains in South India, and there's a whole country called Malaysia. Maybe there's some connection, I don't know. But there's some mountains in Kerala, there's somewhere called Malaya, and they're covered with chandan trees. What's chandan? Sandalwood. So instead of saying they wrote chandan paste on her forehead, chandan lepana, which is Sanskrit for paste, they said Malayaja lepana, Malayaja. This is called Kavi Ras, rasa poetry. So that's why he's saying Kandharva Pratibhata. Pratibhati means one who killed Kandharva. That's the indirect poetic way of saying Shiva. Thank you. So Leela Shuka is also praying as a sadhaka in this verse. He's praying in his heart, when will the glances of Krishna and the flute song inspire Krishna's sweetheart Radharani and give me inexpressible joy? When will they appear before me? So he's praying as a sadhaka, when will I see Radharani finally meeting Krishna and finally seeing his glances and hearing his flute? And when will I experience great joy by seeing Radha and Krishna meet again after Radharani's separation. So now he describes the sadhaka view. Bilamangala Lila Shuk is searching all over Vrindavan pathways for Krishna. He's absorbed in this bhav. What is this bhav?
Sakhi Baba.
Saki.
Sakhi bhav. And reciting verses according to different moods. Since he is a great poet, his poems are full of sweet rhythm and are examples of exquisite literature. That's Ananta's commentary. Gopal Bhatta Goswami gives the commentary. That's what he said. The most emotional and loving poet, Lila Shuk, is reciting this verse, intensely desiring and hankering to see a pleasure sport of Krishna. He is saying, when will I see those wonderful glances of Madan Mohan that I saw earlier? So Gopal Bhatta is seeing, is understanding that this is the second or third or fourth or fifth darshan that Bilamangala Thakur has had of Krishna, and he's seeing and he's hankering to see again. Because, Gopal Bhatta Goswami is the Premi Nitya Siddha Parikar of Lord Chaitanya and Radha Krishna, so he understands how Bilamangala Thakur is getting repeated darshan. Now Nathadas describes the internal mood of a Sakhi in this verse. Lila Shuk is a devotee in the mood of a Sakhi Bhav. He wants to enjoy and taste and relish Krishna's glances towards Radharani. Krishna's glance has the most wonderful and special effect on the Braja Gopis. Then he quotes a poet, doesn't say who. Krishna's glances are like arrows shot from bows that are bolder than the bows of Kamadev. Krishna's glances are like thunderbolts. They pierce the hearts of the chaste women. They have cut holes in the hard armor of dignity and chastity of the fair sex. These other girls. That's so funny for you. We're such glad this is a 1900s term about women called the fair sex. Means female. So our male, unfair. Because they say, what is it? I forgot to read it. All is fair in love and war. All is fair in love and war. There's no rules in love and war. So, women are the fair sex. I don't think so. I think they're unfair. I think men are unfair. The whole affair is unfair. Because when fair women and unfair men get together and have an affair, and the affair is nowhere. Anyway, I'm not a poet. Okay. So what is thunderbolts? Watch out for that. Pierce it. May such glance of Krishna cause you immense pleasure. Krishna's glances are sharper and stronger than Kamadev's arrows, and they are beyond our wildest dreams. They are most generous when it comes to fulfilling the desires of the poor and needy. I don't know where this is from. It says GL 16:102. I guess it's Govinda Lilamrita, chapter 16. So he looked out and Google search, go into Lila Amrita 16102. Be interesting when it comes up. See how good the search engine is. Go into Lila Amrita 16.102. So that's what this is GL. Everyone's supposed to know what GL is. Maybe there's some abbreviation on there. Indeed, the glances of Krishna are very troublesome for Radharani. Poet Balaram Das says, the full moon starts crying. Have you seen? Have you seen? That's called the Samsara of the Kavi, the world created by the poet. The moon cries, the trees dance, the birds meditate. The full moon starts crying when? Right?
When Radharani is in separation from Krishna.
He's not that Rasi. She said, I said, the moon starts crying. I said, when? And she said, when he sees Radharani suffering separation from Krishna. I said, the moon, Chandradev is not so Rasi. He cries when he sees Krishna's moonlight face. He cries out of shame. Like if somebody shames you in high school, you go home and cry. Mommy, well, they shame me in high school. So Chandra goes, how many wives does Chandra have?
27.
Which one of his wives is yours? Anuradha. Because everybody has a Janam Nakshatra. Your birth, star of birth. So my wife is saying Tanishta.
Maga.
Mula?
Maga. Mola is.
Maga is scroll. Mula is scroll. That's characteristic. Tanishta is cool. What's your name?
Mrugasira.
That's right. Lagna Nakshatra. Right. That's a Deva star, by the way. When you're small. He's already cut through his blood. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Okay. Okay.